So I had the great decision that I was going to try to draw what cyberpsychosis is like from Cyberpunk 2077. This is my character Dust, and I'll kind of be going over what I tried to do to create it. So what is a cyberpsycho? A cyberpsycho is a person who is suffering from a mental illness from having too many cybernetic implants. And I really wanted to try to create that using the color of the season from Creative Market. So I wanted to try to make her look really crazy, and I had to use that color that you see, that red color, pinkish. That was the main color that you had to use for it. And I was like, all right, how am I going to do this? Like, Dust is really like messy, and she is very, very mentally ill. Like, not in the crying all the time, but more wild all the time. Like, she doesn't trust anybody. She's just really a wild character. But I did the red on one side and the complementary color in a darker mode on the other side, and I was like, oh, I'll just have that be the color. But then I started getting really wild, and you see, because her hair is white, I thought that I would have one side show the color, like, you know, those dual color things you see where it looks like Cyberpunk, where it's pink on one side, orange on the other side. I tried to like make that happen, but as you see, like, then I changed it to actually blue, and I was like, okay, I'll just make it like light underneath her face. And then I started getting I wanted to keep it really sketchy because I thought I can't make this take too long. So right here, I feel like I'm getting somewhere in this drawing because I wanted her to look really crazy, and I started adding lights and stuff in the background, and I don't even know what I was doing, but I was adding things. I even did a little bit of photo bashing with those dots over there, and I showed numerous people what this looked like, and some of them told me that it didn't look that good. So right here is where I started being like, okay, I'm gonna do this digital like thing where it shows cyberpsychosis, because you can see it kind of in the TV show what it looks like a little bit from the outside looking in. And I thought if I had these little digital squares everywhere and her eyes are all messed up and you could see like the delusion on the outside, that would be enough, because like you see it usually around the head and the eyes and it's like after images, but I wanted it to be like in front of her eyes. And then I tried a different version of it, and I decided I was going to make that with the lines in front, like it was music. I don't know. And that didn't work. And then I decided to change the color palette. And I decided I was going to make the background the color and make the foreground a different color. And I was just going to color her in like normal. And I thought this actually looked good. Like, I'll be honest, every single version of this actually looks pretty good. And then I went, you know what? I'll make the highlight color that red color, and I'll just make everything dark, because I was using references of like color for this, but I just couldn't figure it out. And I don't think I was getting the cyberpsychosis, because every picture I saw of like fan art of Cyberpunk had that green and like thing background you see there, and they also had yellow, but like my character doesn't have any like yellow on her, so it didn't really mix well. Like, I don't know what I was trying to do here. Like, you can kind of see where I went and I thought, oh well, I'll make her look really crazy with having all these crazy characters, so you can see she's like Maelstrom. And let me tell you, I sent this to like at least 20 people. And then I decided I was going to have the color be a highlight, and I did that for a minute, and I thought that looked really good. And I thought, oh, it'll be like there's a bright light coming up against her. But I still had issues on the other side. And I tried to do the cyberpsychosis thing again, but it didn't work. It looked bad. And I kept wanting to do those eyes. Then I thought, oh, I'll make her scary, because she's like a serial killer. So I thought I would make her scary. But that didn't seem to work either. I thought I would just keep it all dark and make maybe just that red color the highlights, so she kind of looked demonic a little bit. But I started getting really out of hand, because that is not like a color. Like, that red is so dark. And the cyberpsychosis again, where I tried different little, I don't know, I tried all these like brushes. You should see how many brushes that I purchased. or brushes that I found online, and I thought, okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have all these squares, all these dots, all these little things in front of her eyes, because that's what she kind of sees sometimes, and that's what you see on Z in Cyberpunk if you look. And I thought, oh, I'll do some other thing where I'll make more over her face. And then I tried to darken her. I just tried to darken it a little bit. And then I decided to like literally go back to the way it was with the red. And this is like kind of where I finished it a little bit more. And I don't know, this is like more the finished piece. Did you guys think that this looks like a Cyber Psycho? And if you do, I guess you can subscribe to me. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. Have a good day.